is off to the races. Inside Kwahi. Shamit will finish. No. Picked up by Davis. Here comes James. By Williams and the sledgehammer.
Basketball scores.
Game is tied. Here we go.
Find Danny Green.
Green, three for the lead. Good! 15-0 run. Williams to Harrell in the corner. It's down. Big time shot. Jermichael Green.
Siakam going 1-on-2 and scores.
That's where he made his name last year, the transition game attack.
Foul. Lowry hooks it back to Gasol. Van Vliet. Yes!
Hey guys, what is up? And welcome back to another NBA Talk episode. Talking NBA, we've got the NBA season kicking off. Well, it's already kicked off once this video has been released. We had the Lakers and the Clippers on yesterday. I recorded this before the start of day 2, so I thought I'd do my predictions and just give all my thoughts on the actual the upcoming NBA season. I thought it'd be pretty cool to later on in the year go back and see how my predictions are going and all that. But like I said, we had the Pelicans versus Raptors yesterday, which was a really fun game. And then we had the Battle of LA, the Los Angeles Lakers versus the Clippers, where we seen the Clippers take the W over the Lakers. But with Kuzma and Rondo out, and then you've got Paul George out, you can't really gauge too much from that game. So I'm not going to really take a lot of thoughts, or I'm not going to really base that game on what to expect from either teams. So guys, like I said, I want to do my predictions for the season. Comment down below your predictions for the season. I'm just going to go from MVP all the way down to Coach of the Year. I'm also going to do a couple of other things that I want to talk about. Who would be the surprise packet teams and who's really going to push for a playoff spot. So this will be coming out before day 2 of the NBA regular season. So if there's some things in there that you've already seen from day 2, make sure to comment down below and really tell me what you think, because I'd love to talk NBA with everyone, and I think this is going to be a pretty cool thing to do weekly once we review each week of the NBA season. So let's get into my season predictions. So first off, we're starting with the MVP. This year I've gone with Stephen Curry. I think Steph Curry is going to have a big year for Golden State. I think he'll push Golden State into the playoffs. I'm not too sure if Klay Thompson will return this season. Steve Kerr did come out and say that the Klay Thompson might not return, so we are going to see a lot of Steph. I don't know how much load management there will be, but with a lot of Steph Curry, I really think that he'll push for the MVP this season, and he was the first ever unanimous MVP. So I'm going with Steph Curry for the most valuable player, and then we're moving on to Defensive Player of the Year. So Defensive Player of the Year, I've gone with Anthony Davis. He's come out multiple times and said that he wants to be Defensive Player of the Year. I've seen glimpses, and we do know how good Anthony Davis is on the defensive end. And with Frank Vogel coming in, I think their defense is going to improve, and I think Anthony Davis will, in fact, win Defensive Player of the Year. And I do think that it's going to be a close race. You got Rudy Gobert, you got Draymond Green, Kawhi Leonard, healthy Kawhi Leonard. But I'm going with Anthony Davis. So my most improved player of the year, I've gone with Lonzo Ball. I think Lonzo Ball is going to have a breakout season. He's not in the bright lights of LA anymore. He's going to be playing with Zion. Once Zion gets healthy, Zion is injured, which is disappointing. He's out for 2 months. But once Zion comes back, I can't wait to see their lobs that they throw. We've also got Drew Holiday. You got Brandon Ingram. It's also a team where he can really make it his own, and he can really, because Lonzo Ball is a pass-first point guard, and I think he was not wasted in LA, but when you bring in LeBron James, who carries the ball a lot, it's definitely going to hinder on Lonzo. I think Lonzo will have a massive season. So Rookie of the Year, I have put 2 names down because Zion Williamson is injured, but I've got Zion there, of course. We do know what Zion did in the preseason for the Pelicans, and I do think that Zion is probably still a massive chance to win it, even with his injury. The surprise Rookie of the Year I've gone with is Michael Porter Jr. from the Denver Nuggets. He did not play last season. I think people are going to forget about him. He didn't play, but in the preseason he looked good, and he was a top 5 player before he had all his injuries. And I think if he gets going and if he actually gets some minutes for Denver, if there's any injuries, I think he's the chance for Rookie of the Year. You've also got Tyler Herro, who is really, really good. You've got you've got so many players around the league this season who are definitely going to push their case. You got RJ Barrett in New York, but I've gone with Zion for my probably 100%, and then if he's injured, then my second is Michael Porter Jr. So Coach of the Year, another Los Angeles Lakers award winner. I've gone with Frank Vogel. I think Frank Vogel will push the Lakers over 50 wins, and I think he will be Coach of the Year. I think they have struggled with their previous coaches that they've had and everything that's going on with LA, with LeBron and Lonzo and all that kind of stuff. But I think Frank Vogel is a really steady coach, and I think he's gonna bring defensive mindset for the Lakers. It was their first game. They didn't really look too chemistry-wise, wasn't too adapt, and they were playing in the low post a lot. But I think with as the season goes on, we'll really see the Lakers play defense, and I'm pretty keen to see that. So I've gone with Frank Vogel for the Coach of the Year. You've got Doc Rivers also could win it with the Clippers roster that he has. So my NBA champions, I have gone for the Los Angeles Clippers. I think the Clippers will win the championship behind Kawhi Leonard and Paul George. Kawhi Leonard is also a massive chance for MVP if he has a big year, because seeing him yesterday, he was crazy. The Lakers just had no answers for him, and once Paul George comes back, it's going to release some pressure off Kawhi Leonard, and they're not going to be he can't really get all the attention with Paul George out there, and I think he may take advantage of it. So NBA champions, I've gone with the Clippers. I think the winner of the championship will be from the West. I do think Houston are a chance to win the chip. You've also got the Lakers, a massive chance to win the chip. Even Utah. Utah is a real dark horse of the league. I think their pickups really does make them a contender. And you got Donovan Mitchell, who's only going to get better. But I've gone with the Clippers for the NBA champions. And like I said, I've just got a few other things that I really wanted to really test and just see. Some small predictions that I wanted to make. So I've got one team from each conference who didn't make the playoffs last year, I think, who will make the playoffs this year. So for the West, it's a no-brainer. I've gone with the Lakers with LeBron James and Anthony Davis. Surely they will make the playoffs and slide in. You've also added Danny Green. You've added Dwight Howard. You've added all these players to Avery Bradley. You've added all these players to a lineup with LeBron James, and then you get Anthony Davis. I think they are a lock to finish top 3 in the West. So in the East, I've gone with the Miami Heat. I think the Miami Heat will make the playoffs this season. They did make the playoffs a season ago in Dwayne Wade's going out party, as you'd call it. They added Jimmy Butler in the offseason. I think Jimmy Butler will do enough for them to win in not a stronger East. The East is weak. It's always going to be known as weak. We had Kawhi Leonard leave. We did have Kevin Durant join the Brooklyn Nets, but you haven't really you're not going to have KD for a whole year. So it's just going to be Kyrie. They play the Minnesota Timberwolves today, so I'm interested to see how they go in that in their season opener. That is a game I will be watching closely. But like I said, I'm going with the Miami Heat for a team that didn't make the playoffs last year, who will make the playoffs, and I do think with the weaker East, they're a massive chance to finish in the top 5. So top 3 seed from the West and the East. I'll start with the West. I've got number 1, the Clippers. I've got number 2, the Nuggets. So the Denver Nuggets, I think we tend to forget about the Denver Nuggets and how good the Nuggets actually are. You've got Jokic, you've got Jamal Murray, you've got Paul Millsap, you've got Will Barton, and Will Barton was injured all pretty much last year. And I think if they got to the playoffs, if they got to the Western Conference Finals and beat Portland, they definitely would have put up a stronger fight than Portland did against the Golden State Warriors. But I've gone with Clippers, Nuggets, and the Lakers, my top 3 seeds. I wasn't too sure if I was going to put the Lakers or Houston at the 3, because you got Houston will win in the regular season. They always do. There's no doubting that. Russell Westbrook and James Harden, you can't really fault them, and you can't really go past them. In the East, I've gone with the number 1 seed, the Bucks. My second, I've gone with the 76ers, and for my third seed, I've gone with the Boston Celtics. Boston Celtics and the Philadelphia 76ers, they match up today, so I'm interested to see how they go as well. But like I said, the Boston Celtics lose Kyrie Irving, but they gain, and they also lost Al Horford to the 76ers, but they gain Kemba Walker. And I think Gordon Hayward's going to have a breakout season as well. I really, really do think that. And you've got Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum. They're two young stars who will definitely benefit. Not too much, but like they will benefit with Kyrie Irving not being there, not being so ball dominant. Yes, they bring in Kemba Walker, but I think they'll be fine. And I think Jason Tatum's really going to take the next step this season. He's a massive chance to be an All-Star who basically wasn't an All-Star last year. So I have basically I did put a video out earlier, earlier in the year. It was a player. It was basically a player who was going to be an All-Star this season who wasn't an All-Star. I have again put in who I believe will be an All-Star this season who wasn't an All-Star last year. And I did speak about him before, and I've gone with Gordon Hayward. I think Gordon Hayward's going to have a breakout season. No Kyrie Irving there, and I wouldn't really say breakout season. He was really, really good at Utah, and once he has sustained that injury, you can't really fault him from last season. Like, he was just coming back trying to find his groove. But I've gone with Gordon Hayward for the NBA player who was not an All-Star last year, who will be an All-Star. It was basically between him and Andrew Wiggins. I think Andrew Wiggins will take the next step for the Minnesota Timberwolves, and I think he has to for them because they did lose Jimmy Butler last season, and I think it's time for Andrew Wiggins to actually, because he was so good as a number 1 draft pick. He averaged 19 points in his first year, but he hasn't really taken any more steps forward. So I've gone with him as he's also, Tim and Gordon Hayward, I believe, will be All-Stars this season. So guys, hope you enjoyed this season predictions video. Just talking NBA, like I said, not really going to be editing anything, just going to be talking everything NBA. We've got the NBA regular season started yesterday with 2 games, and then today I think we have about 11 games. So this video will be released but after the games that have been played in game 2. So I hope you guys enjoyed the predictions. What are your current predictions of the NBA season? Make sure to comment down below. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next Talking NBA, where we talk some more basketball.